And so everything has come down to the final 2 games of the season, and both of those games are against Arsenal. We will play them in the final game of the Premier League season, and then we will play them again in the FA Cup final. The only thing that is for sure is that if we win both games, then it will have been a very successful season. Failure to win both games, and any number of things could happen. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 22, season 3, in the Ferguson save set in the future. And it has come down to the wire, and today we will play our final 2 games of the season, and both of them are against Arsenal. We will play firstly away at Arsenal in the final game of the Premier League season, and we'll follow that with the FA Cup final at Wembley. And so many different things could happen, but one thing is for sure: if we win both games, then it will have been a very, very successful season. But failure to win both of these games could mean all sorts of dramatic events taking place. If we look at the league table, we are currently in 4th. We have 66 points from our 37 games, but Chelsea and Liverpool can both overtake us, and they have much easier fixtures than we have in the final game of the season. Finishing in 4th means that we will qualify for the Champions League again, and that means that our top players will probably decide to stay. But if we fail to qualify for the Champions League, then it is possible that many of our star players will want to leave this summer. That is something that I do not want to happen, and so I'm anxious that we get a decent result away at Arsenal in the final game of the season. Arsenal have very little to play for, and they have already qualified for the Champions League, and Manchester City have won the title a long time ago, but I suspect that Arsenal will want to stay ahead in second place of Newcastle, who are breathing down their neck. However, if we do qualify for the Europa League, and it's going to be the Europa League at a minimum because Tottenham cannot catch us, then that will give us the best opportunity of achieving goal number 2 in the Ferguson save, which is to win the European save within 7 seasons. And I think that we have a better chance of winning a European trophy in the Europa League than we do in the Champions League. It is all very much up in the air what is going to happen. But our main priority this year, and probably for next year, is winning a domestic cup trophy. Alex Ferguson won a trophy within his first 4 years. We just have this year and next year to achieve that goal. We have an opportunity to do it this year as we're in the final. I'd really like to get that done and dusted and get that trophy in the cabinet to get that challenge out of the way. But before we go into what's been happening on the pitch, if you are new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause you can see scrolling up above. This channel has been set up to support the British Heart Foundation. And so let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us lose to Newcastle in the Champions League quarter-final, but we did win in the FA Cup semi-final with a narrow 1-0 victory against West Ham. But after that, things fell apart a little bit, and we lost away at Tottenham by 3-1, a game I dearly wanted to win, and we followed that with a 2-0 defeat away at Liverpool. Things were starting to take a turn for the worst. But we bounced back with a 2-1 home win against Sheffield United and followed that with a 2-1 away victory against Southampton. That was then followed by a 1-0 victory against Leeds, which has left us in this very precarious position where anything could happen in our final game of the season away at Arsenal. We could not have asked for a more difficult fixture, and it's going to be a very nervy, very tough time in the next 2 games. The FA Cup final, of course, I would love to win. And if we don't qualify for the Champions League, maybe I won't be too disappointed, because we do have a much better chance next season of winning the Europa League rather than the Champions League. It's all going to come down to the wire. I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen. But looking at our current injury situation, we do have two players who are out, two important players who are out of the team for the final two games. Dimitri Fortes, midfielder, he has sprained knee ligaments and he is not going to be back. He's going to be out for at least 4 weeks. And we also have Clark Pook out, who has sprained ankle ligaments. He's expected to be out for another couple of days, which means that he will miss the next game in the Premier League, but he might make it back for the Cup final in a week's time. We will have to wait and see and monitor his progress. And so today we are just going to get straight into the games. It's going to be tough. They are both very, very difficult games. Arsenal are a very, very good team. But with FM, you just never know what is going to happen. It's been a good season overall. We were predicted to finish around 10th and we've made it to 4th. Our minimum achievement is going to be 6th in the Premier League. It's been a good season, but we need to do our best, and I would really love to win the FA Cup this season. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today is Gotts in goal, with Muntean, Reguan, Silva and McSweeney at the back. Belmonte, Kitambala and Zaprapoulis in midfield, with Hossoya, Neal and Wilden up front. To be fair, I think I've been playing this game for far too long, and I think I'm going to call it now. I pretty much know what is going to happen. We are going to lose quite heavily in this game, probably pick up another injury, and then what will happen then in the week is that we'll pick up a really serious training injury as well, which will make life very difficult for the cup final. I think I've been playing this game for too long, so I'm going to call it now. This is exactly what is going to happen. We need to get into Arsenal's faces. If we're going to get anything out of this game, we have to get at them. We have to be aggressive. We have to try and win the ball off them like that, and try and try and somehow to get a goal, because we're not scoring goals at the moment. It's terrible that our forwards are in dreadful form. We need to be careful about diving in like that, though, because I don't want to get a player sent off, which is the other thing that the game could do, this big game sending off or the big game penalty. Arsenal are into the box, they have a chance, but Gotts has managed to save that one. It remains 0-0, but obviously Arsenal are the better team. They are beating us quite easily at the moment. They've had all the possession. And maybe I'm going to up the tempo a little bit more to try and get rid of the ball. They will press us. They will try to cause us problems. We need to be equally as forceful with them and try to press them, take the ball off them. But they're quite easily picking us off at the moment. And they do have a chance. They are into the box. They have scored. It's 1-0. And it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. And we are going to get beaten quite heavily here. As I said, I've been playing this game for too long, and I'm wondering when the injury will arrive, or will it be a big game penalty coming up soon? And I have to accept that it's not our year, and that Arsenal are too good for us. The game is not going to take any prisoners here, and no matter what I do, it's not going to matter. So we'll just get through to the end of this game. If we lose heavily, sometimes the game will let you win one of the fixtures if you're playing against the same team and then the game after. So maybe we'll have a chance of winning the cup final, I don't know. But at the moment we're a goal down here, deservedly so. We're not good enough, and the stats are showing that. We haven't even had a shot on goal. And Arsenal are just, it's so amazing how the opposition are so clinical in front of goal. And yet we have some of the best attacking players in the league. And we can't hit a barn door if it fell on us. It just doesn't make any sense to me sometimes. This team is full of good attacking players. And I don't know why we can't get shots on target, and Arsenal are just taking us apart at the moment. Suddenly, though, we have had more opportunities than Arsenal, but it's just the sadness of this is we are not going to score a goal. And if we don't score goals, then we won't win this football match. But we are doing our best here. But Arsenal clearly are just too good for us. And unless we do something soon, it's pretty much game over. And they are just picking us off. And easy goal. And it is now Arsenal 2, Norwich 0. I have no idea of what to do. I can't pull the line back anymore. I don't know what to do. I'm going to push the line up. It's the only thing I can think of doing. Let's go much higher. Let's really get in their face. I don't know how to do this. I think it's game over anyway. Whatever I do will not make any difference. And Arsenal are just picking us off at will. And by pushing the line, I can't put the line back any further. By pushing the line up much higher, by pressing, they are just going to pick us off. They are just going to make it 6, 7, 8-0 today. And here they come again. And we are really struggling. And like I said, I don't know how to play this now. I used to have some idea in terms of making changes to win matches, but it just seems that there are balls over the top and we cannot cope with them out wide. And I cannot, like my defenders are already defending. So I'm going to put Muntin on a support duty, see if that makes any difference, but I don't think it will. I've got no one attacking now, which is like the strangest tactic ever because of fear that they're putting these balls over the top. Maybe we should slow it down. We are looking better when we're keeping possession like that, and we do have a chance. Wilden's in, and Wilden's made it 2-1, but it's not going to count. I think the referee is checking VAR. It's just not going to be our day. I think he was offside, and it's not going to count. And it has been disallowed. So yeah, we can pretty much see that it's not going to be our day. We might as well pack up now, get on the bus at halftime and go home. It's not going to happen for us today. We're going to be in the Europa League at the end of the day. Chelsea are still drawing and Liverpool are still drawing, but that's not going to be the case for much longer. I need to shout at these boys, berate them, because this is not good enough. We have come back into the game a little bit in the last 15 minutes, but at the end of the day, Arsenal have taken their chances. We're useless in front of goal, and I'm going to say, what was that? That was dreadful. Sort it out. And we have Wilden, who is on a 6.4. My goalkeeper's on a 6.5. We have a central defender on a 6.4. McSweeney's on a 6.4. Everybody is absolutely shocking, and we deserve to be beaten. And another chance for Arsenal. Our defending is like, come on, boys, focus. This is not good enough. Arsenal are just going to score again, but they've put it wide. I have to make some changes here because this is just absolutely shocking. And I cannot leave these players on the pitch any longer because they are just appalling. And I don't understand why we have the best attacking team in the Premier League and we cannot get shots on target. I don't understand why. I will never understand why. And so I have made my changes. I've made 5 changes, but that didn't mean that all the players who were playing badly have come off the pitch. I've still got players on the pitch who are having a nightmare game. And that's no wonder we are losing to Arsenal. We're absolutely shocking football team at the moment. I need to make some big changes in the summer because we can't go on playing this way. They are really bad. And it will be interesting to see what the budgets are. But Arsenal are just picking us off at will. It's just too easy for them. And I think I need to tell them, get stuck in. Let's get a man sent off as well. Because we're just like doing nothing. We're letting them pass the ball around like they're on holiday. And this is terrible, absolutely dreadful. And we need to get stuck in, take the ball off him, tackle him. And Arsenal are just like playing with us now. Pook, who's just come on, he's injured, but maybe he can't play any worse than Hossoya, who was playing out there on the left. Even with one leg, he can't do any worse. And but it is Arsenal. It's so depressing to watch this. And we were not like this at the beginning of the season. We were totally dominant. We beat Arsenal earlier, but now they're just picking us off like that. It's now Arsenal 3, Norwich 0. I have to berate the team again. There's nothing more I can do. I've made all my substitutions. I'm going to try and just hold on to the ball now and just try and limit the damage that's going to be done. An 8-0 defeat will not look very good before the cup final, so I've just got to try and limit what's happening, and I'm going to just ask the boys to pass it shorter and to hold their shape, because we are in serious trouble, very serious trouble. We'll bring it back to a low block, we'll come off the press, and we will ask the boys not to counter press. We will play much shorter, absolutely shorter. I'm going to waste time. I can't afford for us to be absolutely hammered like this. In transition, I want us to hold our shape. I just want to see this game out now. We've got absolutely no chance, and it's exactly what I thought, but we are still somehow in fourth because Chelsea are still drawing, and Liverpool, I'm not quite sure what Liverpool are doing at the moment. They are drawing at West Ham. So at the moment, we're still in fourth. But I do see that being different come the next 15 minutes. And at the moment, we are losing by 3-0. I'm not a happy bunny. I've had a funny feeling. I'm still waiting for the injury to come along, because we should be due an injury at this point in time. That's what normally happens. But it hasn't arrived. We'll probably get 2 in training during the week. And Hossoya is going to take a corner into the box. Arsenal will counter-attack and probably get their 4th now. This is the way I see this game going. We've actually been as good as Arsenal. They're just better than us and much more clinical than us in front of goal. We cannot hit a barn door if it was thrown at us. And we're just dreadful. We are actually a dreadful football team. And I have to make wholesale changes in the summer, because I can't any longer rely on this team. They are not good enough. And I have to accept they are not good enough. And Pook has a chance. Can he get one back as a consolation? Yes, he can. Now, maybe what I should be thinking about for the cup final is holding on to possession. But it has been disallowed. Of course it would be disallowed. We're not going to be allowed to score. We still don't have a goal to actually think about. And let's close him down. And we are not getting anywhere near them. And there's another chance. And Arsenal are going to get the 4th. Eventually it's going to go in. No, it didn't. And it might as well put us out of our misery. But we are looking to counter, but it comes to nothing. Referee, just blow your whistle. We want to go home now. We've been soundly beaten. I accept that. We don't need to prolong the agony anymore. Give us our injuries in midweek, and then we'll go into the cup final. I think I do need to slow it down against Arsenal in the cup final. We've played better since we were holding our shape instead of countering and pressing. And so we'll try that in the cup final. We'll just give it a try. But at full time here, it is an absolute nightmare. And I'm going to say we weren't good enough. Just simply not good enough. And I don't know where we finished. It would be interesting to see the table now. We finished in 5th. Chelsea beat Burnley by 1-0 in the end. Liverpool drew with West Ham. I don't think that is going to be Champions League. I think it's going to be Europa League. But so be it. The boys have let me down today. They didn't play well. 5 players had to come off. 6 players really needed to come off at the end, at half time. And it was just simply not good enough. I'm going to try that in the final. I'm going to hold our shape and not press at all and just try and frustrate them with possession, and we'll see how that goes. And we are seeing here that the board are pleased that the team have qualified for the Europa League. So it is not going to be the Champions League. It is going to be the Europa League. I have to get the team ready now, calm down and get the team ready, and think about as well who I'm going to sell in the summer, because I'm not happy with this team at all. I'm going to go away, calm down, get them ready for the final. We'll be right back. And so here we go again. We are back now. We are in the cup final. And I was right. We got hammered in the last game, as I called it. And then the major injury arrived. We had John Allen injured his knee ligaments. He's going to be out for a long while. And so, yes, if you play this game long enough, you can predict what is going to happen. But let's get on with the cup final. The team for today is Gotts in goal, with Muntian, Reguan, Silva and McSweeney at the back. Experimental midfield with Puk, Kitambala and Zaprapoulos making up the three in midfield, with Hossoya, Neil and Wilden up front. This team is pretty much the team that started the last game, and they've got to do better than they have been doing. And if they don't, then we will lose again. And I think in the dressing room, if there's an option, I am going to say that they should be doing better. I want them to be better. Make amends. Go out there. This is an opportunity to make amends and do it. I'm not going to be happy if they don't. I am a very tough manager on them sometimes, and they are playing really badly at the moment. We're letting Arsenal dominate us. I'm not happy about that. And we just have to see what happens. It is the cup final. I should, as a manager, be relaxed and enjoying it, but I'm not. I don't feel optimistic. And that is a long throw into the penalty area, straight to an Arsenal player. It was absolutely appalling. But here's Puk playing in midfield. I have this idea of playing Puk and Kitambala in midfield next season, and allowing Hossoya and J. Neil to be the front two. And maybe, if this works today, that's what we might consider doing. We are playing with a low block today. We're playing very patient football. We're going to hold on to the ball. No pressing, just try and frustrate Arsenal. And try and keep the ball, please. The passing is dreadful. I wonder if I can go narrower. No, I can't go any narrower. We're just, again, showing that we're not a very good football team. I don't know, looking at this team now, I don't know how we finished in 5th place in the table. They look more like they should be a relegation team playing against this Arsenal team. We have a very good record against Arsenal, and we're just giving the ball away now, letting them score. And this is really not good enough. I don't know what's wrong with us as a football team. Maybe the people can say that, oh, the season was just too long, the squad wasn't good enough to go play that many matches, and that we were lucky the season before because we didn't play in Europe and we only played in 40-something games. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know, but they don't look a shadow of the team that were winning games for fun earlier on. And the fact that we can't score goals is really annoying, and opposition seem to be able to pick us off at will, and they've played just as many games as we have, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And it looks like they have a free kick. This guy is very good at free kicks, and it wouldn't surprise me to see this go in, or at least one of them during the game. At the moment, it's still 0-0. We're still in the game. I don't know how. Arsenal have pretty much dominated the game, although we have had most of the possession, and Arsenal have not been their usual clinical selves in front of goals. And the fans deserve this trophy. Let's go out and win it for them. I'm going to tell the defence, keep going, you have the ability, keep going and keep going. You have the ability to win this. I wonder if it is going to go to extra time. I wonder if we are going to have penalties. We did schedule a training session on penalty taking yesterday, just in case it does go to penalties. Who knows what's going to happen at the moment? It's still 0-0. Nothing seems to be happening very much. Do have one or two tired players out there on the pitch, and I think it's time to make some changes. And so we have made a couple of changes. We've still got two that we can make later on to if it looks like it might be going to extra time. But at the moment it's still Arsenal 0, Norwich 0. Nothing really seems to be happening. Reguan is one yellow card away from suspension, but he's having a great game, and I don't mind if he picks up an extra yellow card at this stage. I'm going to make my final two changes. And so I have made my final two changes, and we are a very, very tired team, and Kitambala is absolutely out on his feet at the moment. But we do have a free kick. Can we sneak a goal here and win the FA Cup? This would be so dramatic if we do. And Sutherland has hit the post. It's not to be. It is not going to be. How cruel is this game sometimes? And we do have a corner, though. Jay Neal will fire in the corner. He's not a corner taker. I don't have penalty takers on the pitch either. We're just looking like a very tired team who's going to probably bow out of the FA Cup. We're not being disgraced today. And Giroud, who's come on, he's managed to beat his man, but unfortunately it's come to nothing. And it remains 0-0. And maybe we should be trying more crosses. They are very tired in the middle of the field. Giroudo's picked up a knock now. Looks like we're going to have to play extra time with 10 players. I can't take him off. Maybe we do have an extra substitution to make. I don't know what to do. Keep working hard. And Giroud is injured, so it does look like we should take him off. And Marcos can come on. Kitambala is dead on his feet. I could do without that injury. I would like to take Kitambala off. Just get on with it, boys. Just see what you can do. At the moment, it's still Arsenal 0, Norwich 0. We should be the fitter of the two teams because we've not been pressing. We've not been going at them. But we are very, very tired. And Arsenal are in, and Arsenal are not going to score. I think what I need to do is help Kitambala, so I'll be right back. And so we have given some of the players some instructions which should help them conserve their energy. But we somehow need to get an attack going here. And Zakarioka is in space. He's bursting into the box. He tries a shot, but it's weak. It's tame. It goes straight at the goalkeeper. But at least we've had a shot on target, which is great news to see. Although at the moment, Arsenal are looking the more dangerous of the two teams. We need to conserve energy. We're doing just that, but Arsenal are better. They're fitter. They're stronger. And they are looking to make a counter-attack. I think Arsenal have got to be favourites to win this, although they have given the ball away. And Wilden, who's having a poor game, looks to hit a shot, and he has blasted it in. He has pulled one out of the draw there. What a strike from Wilden. And that is a strike that is good enough to win any cup final. Neal stole the ball and Wilden just let one go. He's had a poor game up to this point, but he put his foot through it. And now it is 1-0 to Norwich. At the moment, we are winning this game. And we need to start the second half of extra time. I'm going to go back to a balanced style now. Stay in shape. Try and keep our shape. I know Arsenal will come on to us. There's a ball over the top. This is very dangerous. And Arsenal are in, but it's a good save from Götze. And it goes out for a corner. This is going to be very, very nervy in the last dying embers of the game. There are 15 minutes left, though. It's not the dying embers of the game. We have to defend well. We have defended the corner well, putting pressure on the jumper. And at the moment, it's still Arsenal 0, Norwich 1. They are coming at us. He's very dangerous from free kicks, and they've hit the crossbar. We need to get it clear. We have. Arsenal are a very, very dangerous team. Well tackled by Reguan, and we can clear the ball. There's just 10 minutes left now. We are in extra time. It's Arsenal 0, Norwich 1. the thing about this game is it does sometimes let you win one of the two games. You won't win them both, but you can win one of them. But we did pick up on the clue of the first game. We played better when we were just holding our shape, not pressing at all, and just holding on to the ball and frustrating Arsenal. And we applied that in the cup final. It seems to have worked so far. Just hold on to the ball, boys, and if we can get another goal, it'll be brilliant. Wilden is in. Wilden has a chance. Wilden has made it 2-0. We are going to win the cup final. And my distress of the original game. But is he offside? Is the goal going to be disallowed? It has been disallowed. And the game is going to take me through so many emotions. That was good football, but Wilden just strayed. It would have been nice for him to get a brace today. There's just 5 minutes left now. It's just a case of, can we hold on? Can we keep a clean sheet at the back? I'm going to go to defensive now to try and hold on to this. We have done it. We have won the FA Cup. And in what a dramatic way it was won. Arsenal were the better team, but we have won the FA Cup. Wilden, with a glorious strike, was enough. It's a goal good enough to win the FA Cup final. And at the end of the day, we have now managed to complete task 1 of the Ferguson save. We have now 100 points in the bag out of a total of 1,000 for the saves. And actually, we will have 125 because you get a bonus of 25 points for completing it 1 year before the deadline. And so we have 125 points at the moment. The pass mark is 700, so we're on course in the Ferguson save. It's been a day. It's been an episode. I really don't know what to say. We've had players all over the pitch today who have had good games. That's more like the team that they should be. And we should be celebrating. We'll go out tonight and have a pint or two together, celebrate and enjoy our success in the FA Cup. It wasn't a good time in the league, probably too many games, but in the FA Cup, I think Wilden's strike deserved to win it. And so that is it. I'm just looking to see if there are any budgets available. But we do have news. Just before we go, the board have set the initial wage budget to 2.4 million per week, and the transfer budget has been set at 48.7 million. I think that transfer budget may increase because I think the number of players will leave. We shall see for the coming transfer window. We will be back for the first game of the brand new season, season 4, and we will have news of any transfers in and out. But for now, that's it for this video for this season. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling up above. It hasn't been as good a season as I was hoping for. We did, however, win the FA Cup, which is something that we really wanted to do. And so that is phase 1 of the Ferguson save done and dusted. But all that remains to be said now is take care, stay safe, and we will see you in the next episode.